Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Ngayon ay May 26, 2022, Thursday. Ito po ang the stock market today. At congratulations po sa ating bagong Pangulo at pangalawang Pangulo na proclaim po sila yesterday, si Bongbong Marcos at Inday Sara. Congratulations for winning the 2022 presidential and vice presidential elections. If this is your first time in this channel, ako po si Benji Chodoro, isang retired bank officer na nagsimula mag-invest sa Philippine stock market noong 2007 at araw-araw ko po itong ginagawa. At I also report the latest news on your favorite and most active stocks. If you like the content, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Kung meron po kayong stocks na gustong ipa-review, paki-comment lang po sa comment box at aking ipa-prioritize. Hindi po ako financial advisor. Anything I say dito po sa aking channel ay hindi po financial advice. Get well soon, Mari. I hope you recover. And it's been some time already. In fact, I have made some of my videos in her unit. And maraming pong salamat doon. But she still hasn't recovered. And your dad and I and our family praying for you. Ang ating news ay mula sa business world. Marcos urged to impose new taxes. Kasama ang ating financial headlines at ang resulta ng trading sa ating PSE ngayong araw, May 26, 2022, dito lamang sa The Stock Market Today. Don't go away. Sige po, umpisa na po natin ang ating financial headlines. BSP chief hints of another rate hike. Ito po yun, no? From the Philstar. And next is Marcos urged to impose new taxes. Ito po yung ating main news. In our company news, AGI attributable net profit up 52% year-on-year to 3.9 billion in first quarter. Emperador books first quarter net income of 2.1 billion. JFC opens branch in downtown LA. Pero ito po yung ating main news from the business world, but I will be reading the summary of PDO Securities. Marcos urged to impose new taxes. The Finance Department is pressing the incoming Marcos administration to impose new tax measures, defer personal income tax reduction, and repeal some tax exemptions to raise much-needed revenues and reduce the Philippine debt. In particular, the DOF imposed 3 tax reform packages. 1. First package for 2023 involves deferment of the reduction of personal income tax under the train law, expansion of VAT base, and repeal of some of VAT exemptions. The revenue impact is about 247.8 billion, meaning makakaroon po tayo ng revenue na ganon. Number 2, second package slated for 2024 involves increasing taxes of tobacco and sweetened beverages and excise tax on petroleum and coal products. So the impact here is 349.3 billion, meaning meron pong increased revenue by the government by this much. And 3, third package for 2025, which is made up solely of tax on carbon emissions. DOF Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said a fiscal consolidation and result mobilization plan is vital to ensure that the government can continue to effectively manage its increased budget deficit while spending on investments in infrastructure, education, and healthcare for economic growth and recovery. According to the Bureau of Treasury, the government needs to raise 249 billion every year in revenues to pay the 3.2 trillion pesos additional debt for pandemic response. As of end March, the national government debt stood at a record 12.7 trillion, which is more than 60% of our GDP. Inad ko na lang po yun. So, it's biting the bullet, ano? Kasi napakahirap po, napakalaki po ng ating debt. And in addition, we have to fight inflation. So, double whammy po tayo dito. We have to increase taxes, but at the same time, increase the interest rates. So, double whammy po yun sa ating economy, no? So, ito, another 25 basis point rate hike. So, which means that there might be a slowdown in the economy, but to counteract that slowdown, you have to spend more, di ba? To spend more on to prep up the economy. So this is a contradiction in terms, di ba? So on the short term, the government will have to control inflation, which is now being doing. And once you control it, then that's the time you'll have to look for sources of revenue. Ito yung package 1, 2, and 3 for the 3-year period ang recommendation ng DOF. Okay, so let's now go to your comments. Tingnan po natin yung comments po ninyo. Felino Javines, thanks Sir Bench, nice article po for the Philippine Star. Update po ng GSM. Okay. And then Philip Gon, si Suki, thanks sir, daming reds today. Okay, tama po yun. And right now, let's take a look at the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Maraming po salamat sa inyo sa mga comments po ninyo, especially po itong si Philip Gons na araw-araw nag-message or nagko-comment. Okay, so tingnan po natin ang nangyari sa PSE Index today. Yan, all right. Let's put up our indicators. The PSEI index is up 47.76 points, 0.72% up to finish at 6645.52. The second day, straight day that the market is up, still bearish at 44.81 yung ating RSI. Yung market activity naman, 96 companies advanced, 90 declined while 44 remained unchanged. The all-share index also advanced 0.41%, while all our, 4 out of the 6 sectors are up, led by the services at 1.71, but mining and properties are down, and mining lost 1.18%. Meron pong additional comment dito. That's TGBTG. Thanks Sir Bench. Please have a review po about MER, URC, MARC, and OR. So MARC and OR are mining stocks. Okay, so before we go to the review, let me share with you this. Marcos Jr. picks BSP Governor Diokno as next Finance Secretary. I think maganda yung pick ni Bongbong dito, no? Kasi si Diokno, both experienced in monetary and fiscal policy. Now let me just read the first few paragraphs, President-elect Ferdinand Marcos Jr. picked Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas Governor Ben Diokno to lead his economic team as next Finance Secretary. Marcos made the much-awaited announcement at a press conference on Thursday morning. Actually, ang hula ko po dito ay, alam niyo kung sino? Cesar Virata. Buhay pa po yan, pero napakatanda na po niya. Siya po yung finance minister ni Marcos Sr. With his appointment to the Department of Finance, Diokno will cut short his term as BSP chief, which was scheduled to end on July 2023. Monetary Board member Felipe Medalla will serve the remainder of Diokno's term. He is a former economics professor at UP and at 72 years old has experience in both fiscal and monetary policy making. And then there's a comment here from June Neri, lead economist of BPI. Sabi niya, following through with previous admin's policy direction and priorities should be easier with Dr. Diokno in the helm. Transitioning should be fairly simple. I guess the crucial question is whether Dr. Diokno can be to Marcos Jr. what Carlos Dominguez was to Rodrigo Duterte. Okay, so yan po ang short segment natin on Governor Diokno, the next Finance Secretary of the Marcos administration. So let's now go to the PSE review, no? So GSM requested po ito. Okay. Ito na po, no? GSM lang yung ginawa ko, but it's GSMI, Ginebra San Miguel. Okay. Lagyan natin ng just moving sideways po si GSMI. And tingnan po natin yung SNR niya. Yan. Okay. So GSMI ended with a doji, although the indicators are just moving sideways. Meron po siyang earnings na 34.25% from last year's quarter, no? Cash dividend, meron po siya, pero this was already given. Okay, so yung pinaka-support and resistance po, yung support is at 103.20, while the higher resistance would be at 115.30, just moving sideways po. RSI is about midpoint, 49.94, and we expect the stock to move sideways. Okay, then MER. Si MER ay, okay, tanggalin muna natin to. Nagkaroon siya ng bounce, although it appears to be just moving sideways also, no? And here, nagkaroon po siya ng large green engulfing candlestick, and I think this is a breakout, ano? But right now it's consolidating. So nakikita niyo po ito, merong above average volume po siya dito, Kita niyo yan? Yung shadow po yan ay average, pero pagka lumagpas po yung histogram doon sa shadow, above average po siya. RSI is bullish at 55. Ito lang po ang Manila Electric Company or Meralco ay nagko-consolidate po, no? And mukhang malaki yung swing pagka nagko-consolidate siya. Yung support natin ay nasa 331.36, while the resistance, the higher one, I could place it here at 376. Ngayon, based po dito sa ating study ni BDO Securities, 445 po yung kanyang presyo, meaning an upside of more or less 30%. Okay? So just moving sideways. Okay, URC naman. URC, mababa yung presyo ng stock na ito. Yan, no? Patuloy siyang bumababa. Pero tingnan natin yung funda nito. Let me see. URC is 145. And it's 103.80, meaning there is about 40% upside. So right now, nasa 103.80 with support here. Bearish po siya, no? 101.81, pababa pa rin po yung stock. At nakikita po natin lahat, yung long-term indicator ay nasa taas po ng candlestick. And right now, it's the EMA 50 is acting as our resistance. And yung EMA 50 po ay nasa 111.66. Yan po. And 101.81 po yung pinaka-support niya, and it continues to move downwards. Then MARC. Si MARC naman ay moving sideways din po, no? At dependent po siya sa presyo ng nickel. So tingnan natin, I think I have nickel here. Ay wala, no? Tingnan natin sa kabila. Pataas naman yung nickel, ano? Bullish siya. Although indicators are pababa, no? 35 lang po yung RSI, though tumaas po ito yung previous trading period niya. It's bearish, so it follows the prices of nickel, ano? So MARC just moving sideways with RSI bearish at 48. So it just follows the nickel prices, no? Although under the candlestick pa po ito, just ang tingin ko po dito ay sideways to bearish po ang kanyang movement. Ngayon, yung pinaka horizontal, this is the resistance at 176, while support is here at 152. Support and resistance, di po yan exact points. Ito po ay areas. And then, Oriental Petroleum, bearish po si Oriental Petroleum. And I think oil prices din to, and probably some metals, no? So, RSI is at 3181, bearish po yung tingin ko po dito. And the support is here, in this area, 7126 po ang pinaka-support level. While the nearest resistance, I would place it within this area, 78 centavos. While the next higher one ay nandito na po sa area to, nasa 96 na yung next higher resistance. O pwede nating ilagay dito, sorry po, pwede po dito sa 87 centavos ang next higher resistance. And then, let's have MONDE. Mukhang magandang news sa MONDE. Yan, si MONDE. So, nagkaroon po siya ng surge po dito with volume, but I wouldn't say this is a breakout, ano? Dito noong May 12, but it continues to move higher. Dito po, breakout po ito to May 19. And it gained 5.09% and it's up 76 centavos, ano? And right now, mukhang there is another sustained breakout here. So breakout po si MONDE with our indicators already under, meaning it's bullish. Yung short, medium, and long-term indicators are under the candlestick. RSI is way up. Nasa 74, overbought na po siya. But it continues to move upwards as our indicators are under the candlestick. So, ang pinaka next resistance po yan nandito po sa 1720. So, yan po yung pinaka next resistance level. Previously, there was a resistance here na na-break dito po sa 1566. Na-break po yan, tumaas po siya. The next resistance level would be 1720. So, yan po ang ating report sa stock market ika-26 ng Mayo. Ito po si Benji Chidoro, nagpapaalala, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Love your country, support our new leaders, but continue to do what is good, right, and just. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsubaybay. Hanggang sa muli. Stay safe, God bless, and bye for now.